I'm 92 years old, and I've had cancer 3 times, 3 different cancers. 3 times I was told I might not make it. And here I am, still standing, still breathing, still alive. But this isn't a story about beating cancer. This is a story about what cancer taught me about living. Because here's what nobody tells you. Facing death 3 times doesn't make you afraid of dying. It makes you terrified of not living. My name is William. I'm 92. And if you're watching this, whether you're 25 or 65, whether you're healthy or sick, I need you to hear what I'm about to say. Because I learned it the hard way. 3 times. The first time was 1987. I was 53 years old. Colon cancer, stage 3. I remember sitting in that doctor's office, my wife Helen next to me, and hearing those words, "You have cancer." Everything went silent. Everything went cold. I thought my life was over. They gave me a 40% chance of making it 5 years. 40%, those aren't great odds when you're talking about your life. I had surgery. They removed 2 feet of my colon. Then chemotherapy, 6 months of it. I lost my hair, lost 35 pounds, lost my sense of taste. I couldn't work, could barely walk. Some days I couldn't get out of bed. But here's the thing, in those 6 months, lying in that hospital bed, throwing up from the chemo, watching my body waste away, I learned something. I learned that I had been sleepwalking through my life. Before cancer, I worked 60 hours a week. I was a mid-level manager at an insurance company. Not particularly important, not particularly happy, just there, grinding away, building a pension, waiting for retirement. I thought I was living, but I wasn't. I was just existing, going through the motions. When you're told you might die, really die, not someday far in the future, but soon, maybe in months, everything comes into focus. Suddenly all the things you thought mattered don't matter at all. The promotion you didn't get, the argument you had with your neighbor about the fence, the car that needs fixing, none of it means anything. And all the things you thought you'd do someday, suddenly you realize someday might never come. That trip to Alaska, learning to play piano, calling your old friend you lost touch with, writing that letter to your daughter, telling her how proud you are. All of it sitting there waiting for someday. I survived that first cancer, beat the odds, made it past 5 years, then 10, then 20, and for a while, I tried to live differently. I took Helen to Alaska, started playing piano badly, but I did it. Called old friends, spent more time with my kids. But here's what happens. You get comfortable again. The fear fades. The urgency fades. You start to think you have time again. You slip back into old patterns. Not all the way, but enough. Enough that life starts to feel routine again instead of precious. Then came 2004. I was 70. Prostate cancer, different part of my body, but the same cold terror. 17 years had passed since the first cancer. 17 years of thinking I was in the clear. 17 years of letting my guard down. And then suddenly, there it was again. That word, cancer. This time, they gave me better odds. Caught it early, localized, treatable. The doctor said, "Mr. Patterson, we found it in time. You're lucky." Lucky. There's that word again, the same word they use when they tell you you have cancer. Lucky. But I didn't feel lucky. I felt betrayed by my own body, again. The treatments were different this time. Radiation, hormone therapy, no surgery. They said at 70, radiation was a better option. So 5 days a week for 7 weeks, I drove to the hospital, lay on that table, let them aim those machines at me. Different side effects than chemo. Different struggles. Fatigue that felt like concrete in my bones. Side effects I won't go into detail about, but let's just say they affected my dignity. You'd think the second time would be easier. You'd think I'd be a veteran, that I'd handle it better. But it was harder, because I knew what was coming. I knew the pain, the exhaustion, the fear. I knew how long recovery would take, and I was older, 70 instead of 53. My body didn't bounce back the same way. But the second time taught me something the first time didn't. It taught me that you don't get unlimited chances, that survival isn't guaranteed just because you survived before. I had gotten lazy again, complacent. I thought because I'd beaten cancer once, I was somehow special, somehow protected. I wasn't. Cancer doesn't care that you survived before. It doesn't care how old you are or how good a person you've been or how much you want to live. After the second cancer, I changed again, but different this time. The first time, I changed because I was afraid. The second time, I changed because I was angry. Angry at myself for wasting the gift I'd been given the first time, for letting years slip by without really living them. I retired. I was 71. Everyone said I'd earned it. But I didn't retire to rest. I retired to live. Helen and I traveled, not fancy trips. We couldn't afford fancy, but we went places we'd always talked about. We visited all three of our kids, spent real time with them, not just holidays. We took our grandkids on trips. Just us and them, made memories. I started volunteering at a hospice, reading to patients, sitting with people who didn't have anyone else. And you know what I learned? The people dying weren't afraid of death. They were heartbroken about the life they didn't live. Every single one of them had regrets, not about mistakes they made, about chances they didn't take. Then came 2019. I was 85. Kidney cancer, the third one. This time, I wasn't surprised. I was almost expecting it, like cancer, and I were in some kind of relationship now. But I was 85. Surgery at 85 is dangerous. Recovery at 85 is hard. The doctors said we could try aggressive treatment or we could do watchful waiting. They didn't say it directly, but I knew what they meant. At your age, maybe it's time to just let nature take its course. I chose surgery, chose treatment. Not because I was afraid to die. I wasn't. At 85, you make peace with death. But because I wasn't done living yet, the recovery was brutal. 3 months in and out of hospitals, infections, complications. There were days I wished I'd chosen differently. Days I thought, this is it. This is the one that gets me. My body was giving up. I could feel it. But here's what kept me going. Not fear of death, love of life. Because by then, at 85, after 2 previous cancers, after decades of trying to get it right, I finally understood what living actually meant. It's not about big moments. It's not about achievements or accomplishments or leaving a legacy. It's about being present. Right now, today, this moment. It's about the coffee you drink in the morning and actually tasting it instead of just gulping it down. It's about the conversation with your daughter where you really listen instead of thinking about what you're going to say next. It's about the sunset you stop to watch, even though you have things to do. I'm 92 now, 7 years past that third cancer. And every day I wake up is a gift I almost didn't get. 3 times I almost didn't get it. Here's what nobody tells you about living. You think you have time. You don't. You think you'll do it later. Later might not come. You think life is about the big things. It's not. It's about the small things you pay attention to. I've buried a lot of people. My wife Helen died 3 years ago. Heart failure. We had 63 years together. Most of my friends are gone. My brother died 2 years back. I've outlived a lot of people who were healthier than me, younger than me, had better odds than me. And you know what I've learned from burying all those people? From sitting at all those funerals? From reading all those obituaries? Nobody's obituary says, he worked 60 hours a week. Nobody's gravestone says, she answered every email promptly. Nobody remembers you for the meetings you attended or the reports you filed. They remember how you made them feel. They remember the time you showed up when they needed you. They remember the laugh you shared, the conversation that mattered, the moment you were fully present. I have 3 children, 7 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren. And you want to know what they ask me about? Not my career, not my achievements. They ask me about the fishing trips, the stories I told, the time I taught them to drive, the letters I wrote them, the moments I was there, really there, not just physically, but emotionally. My grandson asked me last week, "Grandpa, what's the secret to living to 92?" And I told him, the secret isn't living to 92. The secret is living, period, every single day you get. Because I know plenty of people who died at 30 who lived more than people who died at 90. Listen, I don't know how much time I have left. Could be a month, could be a year, could be 5 years if I'm incredibly lucky. But here's what I know. However much time I have left, I'm not going to waste it. I'm not going to spend it worrying about things that don't matter. I'm not going to spend it being angry at people who wronged me 30 years ago. I'm not going to spend it watching TV shows I don't even like just to fill the time. I'm going to spend it with my family. I'm going to spend it reading books that make me think. I'm going to spend it sitting in my garden watching the birds. I'm going to spend it writing letters to my great-grandchildren, so they have something from me when I'm gone. I'm going to spend it living. Because here's what 3 cancers taught me. Here's what 92 years taught me. Here's what burying everyone I love taught me. Life is short, even if you live to 92. Even if you beat cancer 3 times, it's still short. And most people waste most of it. They waste it worrying, planning, waiting, preparing for a future that might never come. They waste it being angry about the past, holding grudges, replaying arguments, wishing things had gone differently. They waste it being distracted, scrolling, consuming, never fully present, never fully alive. And then one day, they get the diagnosis, or they have the heart attack, or someone they love dies, and suddenly they realize they wasted it. They had it all along, and they wasted it. Don't do that. Don't waste it. If you're 25, don't think you have 65 years. You might. But you might not. Live now. If you're 50, don't think you have time to wait until retirement. You might make it to retirement. But you might not. Live now. If you're 70, don't think it's too late. It's not. You have today. Live today. Here's what I want you to do. Right now. Today. After you watch this video, call someone you love, not text. Call. Hear their voice. Tell them you love them. Do one thing you've been putting off. That hobby. That trip. That conversation. Do it. Pay attention. To your coffee. To the sky. To the person in front of you. Be present. Because I'm 92. I've had cancer 3 times. I've buried my wife. I've buried most of my friends. I've seen more death than most people will ever see. And I'm telling you, the tragedy isn't dying. The tragedy is not living. The tragedy is having life and not recognizing it, not appreciating it, not being present for it. I don't know if I'll be here next year. Hell, I don't know if I'll be here next month. But I know I'm here today. And today, I'm alive, fully alive. More alive than I was at 50 when I was healthy and thought I had forever. That's what cancer taught me. That's what facing death 3 times taught me. That's what 92 years taught me. Don't wait for cancer to wake you up. Don't wait for a heart attack. Don't wait for a funeral. Wake up now. Life is happening right now, not tomorrow, not next year, now. Are you living it? Or are you just going through the motions? Are you present? Or are you distracted? Are you grateful? Or are you taking it for granted? I'm 92. I survived 3 cancers, and I'm here to tell you, the biggest risk isn't dying. The biggest risk is not living. So live. Today, now, this moment. Because you don't know how many moments you have left. None of us do. If this meant something to you, share it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you're going to do differently. Subscribe because I have more to say, and not much time to say it. The clock is ticking for all of us. What are you going to do with your time?